Welcome back, my friends. Today we are going to play with Yana Smakula's newest release called Let's Celebrate. This release is 6 pieces all around celebration. It is stunning and is her first BetterPress collection for the most part. We do have this one beautiful floral, and Yana is known for her gorgeous florals. This is the Peony Celebration die set, and it has an intricate inner die and an outer die. If you know Yana's designs, she has had dies like this in the past, and it creates these gorgeous inlay pieces that you can color or just inset in different colors. They also, the outer layers have these gold, you can do gold leaves. It is just, look at her work. She is the queen of elegance, and this is just gorgeous. So that is Peony Celebration. Then there is the trio that we're going to actually play with in today's video, and that is this Floral Celebration BetterPress plate. Now this is a full background plate. Then she has the coordinating stencil set. Now this stencil set is 6 parts, and it's going to color in your background. So we're going to do that. And then we have a registration die set that says Celebrate, and then has the registration that goes in and does the flowers and leaves on top of this. So as you can see here, the first layer was done in the blue, the second layer was done in black, and then of course you could go in and color your extras if you wanted to. And that's just the registration sitting here, the acetate on top here. But that is called the Celebrate Flowers registration. Then this is the peony background, and this is quite different. This, all of this black is going to be the inked portion. So it's going to be solid. And as you can see, I have already inked it, and I have some bonus cards at the end of the video that you will get to see, 3 of them actually, using this plate. I did some ombres, as you can tell here, and it is stunning, but you can also foil this. I've actually seen a sample done by my girlfriend, and she foiled this in hot pink, and it is gorgeous foiled as well. So make sure you don't forget to do that, because it's definitely something not to miss. So this is the peony background plate. Then you have a really sweet sentiment set. So Let's Celebrate sentiments. You have the 4 large sentiments and then a whole slew of sub-sentiments. And these 4 have the coordinating dies. So we are going to just jump right in, because I have shown these in the previous video. So we're just going to jump in today and press this out and stencil it, and then we will better press this as well, and we will make a card. I've set up my plate on my chase and my paper on my platen. I have taped from the back side since this is a full plate, and I actually have re-inked my BetterPress black ink for the first time, believe it or not. I've gotten a color range of my Simon Says inks here in greens, pinks, yellows, and purples for our flowers and our greenery for stenciling. And then I got some BetterPress inks out for the registration. So I think that gets us all ready to rumba. So I'm just going to ink up the plate. It's gonna possibly be super juicy, I'm not sure, but we're just gonna roll with it. So we will ink this up really good with the pounce and pivot method, and we will just go for it. So I love the idea of the background plates. I like that you can do so much with them. I love actually pressing them just with no ink onto the BetterPress paper. You get such a gorgeous impression that can be used in little bits and pieces on your cards, or it can be used as a full background for elegance on your cards. But there's something also about doing it just in black and coloring it in as well. This could be colored in with any kind of medium, watercolor medium, using this ink. And in one of my cards recently on my previous video, I actually showed a card that I did with Copic markers. So if you're interested in knowing how to do that, check out my previous video. I explained what I did. And I can show that in an upcoming video in the future, how to do Copics, where you can color your BetterPress images. Okay, I think we are good. I like seeing all those really solid dots there. All right, I'm gonna make sure my paper's still stuck really well. Sit this on and we will run it through the platinum. I just have it off here to the side just to make it easier, so we have more desk space so you can see more. There we go. There we go. Looks good. Looks like a perfect press. The beauty of BetterPress. All right, so now we will remove this and we will put the next piece on. Okay, I'm gonna put this next piece of paper down on my tape and we will get the registration here and make sure your BetterPress logo is straight. And I'm gonna tape this down onto my platform at the top, just so it does not move. Then we'll take the first registration plate and line it up on its marks. Super easy. Like so. Okay. Then let's see, looking at these colors here, I think I'm going to go with, do I want wild berry or taffy? Let me look at these colors here. The beauty of a glass mat, right? I have to test them out a little bit against the colors I have. Okay, one is brighter than the other. So let me just take my mid-tone here. Okay, well that tells me that I want, was it this one? Yes, I want wild berry because it's closer than taffy. All right, I will just spray a tiny bit of alcohol right there. And whoop, all gone. Love me a glass mat. All right, I actually see a tiny bit right there on my plate, so I'll remove that and we will go in. And that's how I always test my colors to make sure I'm happy with color coordination. I always just sample it and decide. Now, this may end up being too much pink on my card. Is there such a thing? I'm not sure. I mean, you know, BetterPress Babes color is pink, hence the nails, right? But at least I know it's the right tone of pink. So That's what I'm going with. It was the right tone of pink rather than the other one being a different tone all completely. So that's what I'm going with. This ink pad looks like it needs to be re-inked as well. Luckily on the last sale I did buy all the re-inkers, so I think I just need to go through and re-ink everything. I have been using them and using them and using them because you guys know how much I love my BetterPress. It has been lovingly used. So we are going to get that all solid. Okay. I'm just going to wipe up some of this excess around here. Can't really get the excess on the plate itself that's in there, so hopefully it won't transfer. I really don't want to touch that because my hands might have ink on it. So I'm just going to pray that that does not transfer. Run this one through. Celebrate. Okay. So then we will go ahead and remove this one off to the side, and I will clean that when I'm done. And then we will take this one and lay it on the registration. Let's see which way does it go. There we go. It goes into the green lines on the registration. And now because this is taped down, all you have to worry about is it getting into its green lines there, and it will line up with this perfectly. So now I think I'm going to go ahead and do this in our black, and that way if I decide to color it in, I can, or it'll just be pink and black, which I like that color combo. So we'll just see when we get to the designing how we like it. Okay. Turn this back over and run it through again. Okay, now let's reveal. Okay, there we go. There's the registration Celebrate. Now my plan for this is to cut this out with the rectangle dies that I have, and for it to be our focal here on the card. Now, one thing I notice here, this is the first time I've used one of Spellbinders acetate registrations. The previous ones I received from Spellbinders were the paper form that you can download off the website. I did notice that their acetate ones are, the registration marks are kind of rubbing off. So I just wanted to let you know that if this happens to you, these are downloadable on the website, and I would encourage you to download them while they're there and print them off, because you can use them here on your plate, and you can also laminate them and you can use them on your Glimmer. That's how I did my Glimmer in my previous registration video. So I will link my previous registration video right here, and you can check that out, because I just tried it and it worked, and I really liked the effect. So that's how I did it though. I took the paper, I laminated it, and then I took it to the Glimmer. I figured when you laminate those pouches, that's heat, so it should be pretty safe for the Glimmer. That was what I tried though. So do it at your own risk. But that's what I did. But I just noticed that it's rubbing off already just doing this trial today. So I just wanted to let you know that. All right, let's get stenciling. These stencils are oversized. So these stencils, I believe, are 5x7, which I really appreciate because they will hook to your waffle flower grip mat. Check it out. That will make it easier. Okay, so this is stencil 1, and we have 6 stencils. So let's get started. Let's see, we will take the light pink. Let's start light here, see how we do. Now I am using a dye-based ink on this, not the BetterPress ink, because I don't want anything to smear or smudge. You always want to use your opposite type of ink, and BetterPress is an oil-based ink, so I'm using a dye-based ink for blending. We'll just do these up. Super simple. Not going to go crazy today with tons and tons of craziness. These aren't really blendy flowers. They're little tiny flowers. I mean, we could go a little extra if we wanted to. We could take the next color and just add a little bit. I'll just maybe to one side, just to give it a little something. There you go. Just to give it a little contrast, maybe. Okay, so that is stencil 1. Cute. All right, stencil 2. Let's see what this one gives us. Okay. We've got 2 more flowers, stars, and this one is very similar to that one, but it's got a little star in the center as well. Okay, I wonder if I want to do this one pink as well. No, I think I'm going to do these 2 in a yellow. I'll do one in a light yellow and one in a darker yellow. So I'll take my light yellow first, change my brush over, and we'll just do a light yellow for the stars. That's my lightest yellow. That's lemonade. Those first 2 were bubblegum and sweets. And then I'll switch to my darkest yellow, which is citrine. Oh, I'm nervous. Let's see how dark that is. I just wanted it to be a little different than the other ones. Oh, Miss Lola has come to visit us in the craft room. I'm kind of being more heavy-handed on one side of these. Just kind of giving it a little darkness like we did those others. But I'm doing it kind of at the bottom right like we did those pinks. Okay. I think that'll give us a little differential between those 2 yellows by just doing the pale on the little one. All right. So I didn't use Sunbeam. I skipped Sunbeam just to make those yellows look a little different. So let's go to 3. Let's see here. Now this one I wanted to do purple. I really thought a purple would be pretty in here. Let me see here if I can get this lined up really nicely. Those stars weren't 100% lined up. But that's the beauty in art. It can be a little off, and it is okay because it is art. So I'm going to go in with the lightest so we can see how we like it. You can always go dark. You can't go back light. So start light and see where you are. You can always add more. I love stenciling. So relaxing. And it's easy for everybody. Yana's made this really simple, but it's giving you options to add lots of colors, which I also like. But I mean, you can make all of these flowers, you know, 1 or 2 colors too. You don't have to go with all these colors. I just thought it would be really springy. Okay, now I'm going to go with a little darker. Maybe we'll make those bases a little bit darker. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the darkest, since there's not a whole lot of space here. So I thought we would just maybe do just a, oops, a little heavy-handed there. Go just at the base of some of these, just to give it a little depth maybe. Can't really see what I'm doing. Kind of going in blind there. There we go. It's easier if you hold it down. Yeah, now I can see where the darker is actually hitting the paper. Oh, Miss Lola's talking to us. Now on to the leaves. Oh, those are pretty colors together. Okay, so let me set these colors up here. And those 2 colors we used there were amethyst and lilac. We skipped orchard there in that 3-piece set. So now let's see about this one. Let's line up these greens, or these leaves here. Let's see. And they don't line up exactly. They're like portions of the leaves. I think that's the way Yana wanted it to be. Okay, we'll take Sprout. I've only got 3 greens here, and I believe we have 4 different foliage, so we'll just play with the colors, and it's okay if some of them look alike. Just gonna go over with the stencil and color in all those leaves the light green. No rhyme or reason, just going over, filling in those blanks. Okay, that is stencil number 4. Then we will come in with stencil number 5. And this one has 2 different foliages on it. So you want to be a little more careful with this one if you want to do 2 colors, which I think I do. Because they've got this little tiny one, and then we've got a larger leaf. So let's see, let me get a smaller blending brush. And I think I will do 1 in each of these. Let's see, I think I'm going to do the littlest one in this darkest. Let me use the littlest of these 2. Let's see if I can do this without masking. I'm going to peel this back and just see how that looks. Yeah, it's a little dark, but I think it'll be okay. Let's see. Using little tiny detail brushes like this allow you to get into those little crevices without getting into the bigger areas or the other open areas, which is nice. And this will dry back a little bit and cool, you know, and lighten up a little bit. And I'm holding the stencil down around where I'm brushing, hoping so that it doesn't leak up under the stencil. Let's see, did I get them all? Looks like it. Okay. And then we will go in with this one, which we can go in with just a little bit. It doesn't really matter if I end up going over that one because it's darker. So I'm not going to really worry about that. I'm just going to go in like this and just give these, I'm not even covering it all. I'm kind of leaving a little highlight on the tips of these leaves just to give it a little different of a look. We'll see how that looks. I'm trying to make the leaves all look a little bit different. Okay, let's see how this reveal does. Okay, so then our last one, we'll do that remaining leaf. Here we go. And this one has a vein. So how about we do this one in a two-tone? So maybe the lightest and the darkest. Okay, so we'll go in with the lightest, and I'm just gonna touch them so it stays light. Maybe I'll do the medium instead. There, that's the way it stays light. And then, how about, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, we don't need more than that. Just doing a little artistic blending here, I guess you could say, artistic blending. Just trying to make it fun, make it variegated, you know, so that the leaves all look a little bit different because they are different. So we'll see how this looks. Trying to just kind of feather it off. There we go. Okay. I think, oops, there's a little tiny bit up there that we'll just grab. I think that's all of them for the final reveal. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Goodness, look at that BetterPress background. Oh, I love it. And just the little details, the little touches of adding a little extra here, doing the two tones there, doing the extra light darks there. It's just, it all came together, didn't it? Now, that is what I was going to put on top of it. Now I don't know if I want to. Now I'm not sure I want to cover it all up. Oh, this is going to be tough, guys. Okay, I'm going to go cut this down and cut some papers and stuff, so, and then decide if I'm going to put this on that or not. I don't know if I want to cut this up. So I will be back in just a YouTube second and I'll show you my finished card. Okay guys, I am back. I've got my cards here to share with you. My card that I made today and my 3 bonus cards. So here is the finished card. I had thought about splitting it, but decided after watercoloring in the flowers that I would go ahead and stick with my original plan. And I really like the way it turned out. As you can see here, I added a layer of this gorgeous cardstock here. This cardstock is from Your Paper Insider. It is a paper company that I've been working with. And this piece of paper came in the assortment pack. And I'll link it down below, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It's just stunning. And it's really fun to work with. It took this muted card and made it a celebration card for sure. So I just love the way it just brightened it up even more. So I added some little mixed gems to the watercolored flowers. And to watercolor this, I used the same ink pads that I stenciled this with. I just put the ink pads down, smooshed down some ink on my glass mat, and used the Spellbinders water brushes. They come in a 3-pack on the website, and I used the extra fine one to just pick up the ink and watercolor the flowers, and that way it would coordinate perfectly. So there is my Celebrate card. And then this is one of my Mother's Day cards. This is with the background BetterPress plate that I showed you. And this is one of the sentiments from the collection. So I have hot foiled the sentiment in purple and put it on some mirror card. And then I added some, let's see, these are Prism AB mixed gems, which are kind of a bluish purple. And I did a really fun ombre here on my BetterPress for the background. So I really like the way that one turned out. And this background does the card for you, as you will see here, because I have 3 of them. I just could not stop. I loved this. But it makes for a very simple card, but they really are nice. This one here was done with the deep purple. That's the Mulberry BetterPress ink. And then I simply inked this mirrored arches die set from the Mirrored Arch collection here with the same ink so that this would coordinate. And then I used that same specialty paper that I spoke of earlier along with another one of Yana's sentiments. I just love these sentiments, but look closely at the foiled sentiment and then how it looks with the foiled cardstock. Isn't that cool? Then I just added some crystal mixed gems there just to give it a little more bling like it needs it, right? And then this one, I love this one. This one is a happy anniversary card. And I was worried this would be too fall, but I like the way the colors turned out. And this is a whole bunch of BetterPress inks. I actually, gosh, I'm not even sure which ones I used now. I'd have to sit back and think about it. I want to let you all know that the last Thursday of this month, the BetterPress Babes will be back live over on Justine's channel. That is Stationery by Justine. And we will be back and we will be playing with this collection and also the Mirrored Arch collection. So make sure you put March 28th on the calendar and we will see you there. Take care, my friends, and I hope you have a blessed day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.